Hello, men, women, and children of Ashraf City and supporters of a democratic Iran. Greetings. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you for the important work that you are doing and will do. Working for a better world is a noble and important goal. I say a better world because humanitarian work for freedom and justice affects the entire world. The successes you've achieved and will achieve will not only influence countries in the Middle East, but throughout the world. Let's hope that they do, and quickly. When we look at Mrs. Mariam Rajavi's 10-point plan, we see a wonderful pluralistic government system with freedom to vote and freedom of speech and the press and religion. Her idea to abolish the death penalty is an important move, which would add Iran to the list of 86 other civil countries in the world who do not have the death penalty. Her point in ensuring gender equality is especially appreciated as we celebrate International Women's Day. We can see Mariam Rajavi herself as a fine example of gender equality in action. I also praise her decision to create an Iran devoid of nuclear weapons. Our world needs to rid itself of nuclear weapons rather than creating more of them. Altogether, I hope with all of you that one day soon we will see a democratic, safe, healthy Iran. Then all countries in the world can learn from its good example. Today, on International Women's Day 2021, focusing on the theme of women as a pivotal force for change, I would like to introduce you to another woman who can inspire us in this direction. I will share a few photos. This woman is Wangari Maathai. She was the first African woman and environmentalist to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004. She grew up in a farming region. Her parents were farmers, but she studied very hard, won many scholarships, was able to study in the US, Germany, ultimately returned to University of Nairobi in Kenya, where she was born, to complete her doctoral degree in biology. She used this knowledge in biology to help the region where she grew up. Because when she was growing up, where she lived was a verdant forest area, but when she returned after her studies, everything had been devastated due to too much cutting of the trees and not being careful with the environment. So she saw that when she returned, it would be necessary to replant those trees in order to have a healthy environment for the people in her area to live. And she founded this Green Belt movement where she used raising community consciousness in the environment for planting trees and self-actualization and self-determination. She was able to fund women as they were planting trees and cultivating this. In doing so, they learned to work for justice and equity and reduction of poverty, and while conserving the environment. And they were able to drastically change the climate and the environment in her area. For all of her efforts, she was given the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004. And when she was given this, the committee explained that they gave her this award because she stood up courageously against the former oppressive regime in Kenya, and that her actions drew attention to political oppression nationally and internationally. And she had served as inspiration for many in the fight for democratic rights and encouraged women to better their situation. Let us take inspiration from these courageous women Mariam Rajavi and Botai Matai. Um, she reminds us that it's the little thing that citizens do that will make the difference. Let us think about uh, our own lives and what we can do in our lives to improve the world, starting with our families and how we nurture and encourage our children. Um, then um, the choices we make in our daily lives with respect to the food that we eat and feed our families. Is it um, just fast and convenient, or is it healthy? Is it raised by farmers who are conscious of creating a healthy environment? Um, what about the clothes and the cars we choose? Are we making choices that will be leading and helping us have a healthy world? Additionally, um, our actions with respect to what we are consuming in our minds and the programming that we are watching. Are we making conscious choices or just seeing the next thing that comes up? Our small actions can make and have big consequences. Let me close today with the final quote from Wangai Maathai, who reminds us that the relationship between the environment, resources, and conflict will soon be as obvious to us as the connection we see today between human rights, democracy, and peace. Thank you.